Yeah, this is Daryl Olson from the Jackson Fishing Team, and we're going to tie up a Smoky Mountains fly here called the Yaller Hammer. It's a fly that maybe is forgotten, or only people in the southeast, like the deep hollers of Tennessee and North Carolina, that might have some of these flies left. Originally it was tied by the yellow shafted northern flicker, which you don't want to do nowadays if you can find one, because it's a protected bird, like most songbirds are. And so you want to be tying this in maybe some dyed yellow chicken or quail or some type of bird. I'm going to be using starling, dyed starling, and on there, and it's not a lot of materials, but there's a big challenge, is having to split your own fibers using the primary or the secondary feathers on the wing. And let's take a look at the fly and we'll get started tying. I'll explain the materials as we go along. Here's my variation of this mystical type of fly called the Yaller Hammer. And the version I'm tying right now is the Nymph version. And there are several recipes out there if you can find them concerning the nymphs, or even there's a dry fly version out there. But the one that I'm going to tie for you today is the nymph version, and on there. So this, you can tie them either in a size 10, 12, or 14. The one that I've got in the thing here, I believe, is size 10, but when I find my box of hooks to show you, no, it's actually a size 12 now that I'm looking at it. But anyway, let's get going on this fly and tie it up. I'm going to use a Mustad streamer hook. It's R73 AP, and this is a size 12. And let's see here, did I debarb that? No, I haven't debarbed it yet, so I'll debarb it. And when we get to the part about the hackle and the wing thing, we'll talk a little bit about that, but I'm not going to show you how I split them, because I already kind of did a short little video of that. So we'll incorporate that little short segment into here. I'm going to use some black 6/0 thread, and we're going to go ahead and start this about an eye behind. Oh, bummer. Broke my thread. Okay. Got that there, and we'll go ahead and start it again. Take this back to where the barb used to be. And next we're going to do is we're going to put a tail on. Again, using yellow starling. And just to show you where I'm getting the thing, my materials. It's primarily the tail's going to come from this side right here, and then this little fiber is right here. That's going to be what's going to be those little fibers right there. That's what's going to be our wrapping on there. So here's a feather that's already been somewhat split. And you know, like normally we're going to gather up those, pull that away. And the tail is either about the gap width. It's a short tail, so about the gap of the hook. Maybe a little bigger, longer. And then I've got some, I don't know if I can show this or not, but in here I've got some of those small quills. Soaking so that they're soft and pliable. And it's a simple fly to tie, except the hard part is you have to you know, find some starling. And this one here is already dyed in yellow. I'm going to try where I've got some dyed from somebody using the regular skin, and then they dyed the wings and on there. But the first thing you got to do is you've got to soak your quills that you're going to do, because we're going to use not this side of the quill, the quill. We're actually going to be using, got an erroneous thing there, this shorter end, or what people might call the biot, and that's the part that's going to be used as the hackle for this fly. And so the end result is, it might not look like anything here, but there is, I don't know if you can see that. I need to focus it. Focus it on there. And you can see there's little fibers, hopefully. And that's going to help, that's going to create the hackle around the fly, the yellow hammer. I don't know if you can see those. Maybe I can adjust the maybe right. Yeah, need to focus it again. But anyway, I don't know if you can see that little ridge there, but I'm kind of, you know, sometimes the simplest flies are going to be the most challenging, especially when they don't make the materials for the flies anymore. Originally this was tied with a northern yellow flicker, which is a protected bird now, And like I said, I'm using a dyed starling. You could use maybe a dyed quail, maybe a dove. Oh, that one didn't quite work right. I'll get parts out. Yeah, that quite worked right. But you're getting the idea. And I'm going to kind of split that right there. And I'm tying this like I think on a size 12, so I don't really need maybe to split the whole thing down, but it would be nice. I'll have to split quite a few of these because I'm not sure which wing feather is yeah, this one didn't quite work right, but I think there's something there to do. Something there. But yeah, let's see if I can get the rest of it here. Yeah, I'll just put that one with that there. But I think you're getting the idea on there. And you know, that Project Healing Waters fly tying contest is pretty tough. It's, you just don't tie one fly. You have to tie 4 identical. So you might end up having to tie maybe more than that just to get four good flies for the judges. On there. But let's see how that one did. And otherwise, we'll get on to tying the fly. Oh yeah. Yeah, that one's splitting really good right there. That one I'm happy with. But there, that's going to be the challenge on this fly, is to create this biot or this hackle feather with the short end of the tail or the wing feathers in there. That we'll see how it works when we start tying it up. So I'm going to go. We're going to split up a few more of these, so I've got quite a few for tying a bunch of flies. All right. See you at the fly tying bench. See if I can find one that I want to use. Yeah, I think I'll use this one here. And trim some of that off to expose some of the quill to get a good tie-in. We'll tie that in. And the thing is, when you're soaking these or soaking them to split, you know, the colors kind of run out, so what you've dyed might not set very well, as you can probably see already. And we'll put a little wax on here. Get rid of the big chunks. And I'm going to be using some Hairline Dubbing Bright Yellow. I believe it's a rabbit dubbing. And as usual, you know, you're not going to take much, just a little bit. That's not enough, but we'll get started with that. And we're going to want to put right back behind here, where at least one turn behind there. And I'll need a little bit more. You know, it's a pretty simple fly to tie, except the hard part is the splitting. To create your buy it hackle or whatever. Whatever you want to call the type of hackle feathers. You're not really using the hackle, you're using like from the wing. And now we'll go ahead and grab this and palmer that. You know, 4 or 5 turns. So it's probably kind of like a palmer fly maybe as well. Oh, that sucks. I gotta put another one in there. Yep. That's right. We'll speed this part up. Do I find another one here? Start again. Right. Sorry about that. But things happen. I didn't pay attention to that. Soak a little longer. So. Alright, let's try this again. Four to 5 turns. Like a full wrap there. Kind of brush these up a bit. Tie that off. We'll build up a head. It's a nymph, so yeah, don't like that. But boy, this fly is sure being fussy for me. We'll put a little head cement on the thread and then whip finish. And the head smith lately I've been using has been Hard Head Clear from Loon. And we'll whip finish. And there we have it. Yaller Hammer. Nymph. It's I don't know, it's a legendary fly from the Smoky Mountains. There you have it, the Yaller Hammer. Legendary fly for the Smokies. You don't see too many people tying something with Starling, but there you go. I did it for this fly. Hopefully you'll give it a try and then challenge yourself for making your own. Buy it hackles for this fly for the Nymph version by using either Starling or dove or even quail. Anyway, this is Daryl. We'll see you out in the water.